Hey there guys, welcome back to Pokemon Showdown. I'm going to be starting a new series today. I'm going to be calling it, fairly generic, but I'm going to be calling it Road to 1500, which is going to be the ranking on the Overused ladder on Pokemon Showdown. It's not like setting my height extremely high, it's not setting my sights extremely high. 1500 is kind of like a middling rating, it's decent, but it's nothing incredible. But it's been a while since I've really had a proper crack at the OU ladder, so I'm looking forward to it, and it's going to be... I'm not gonna get like too ambitious about it. I think 1500 is a good thing to aim for. So I've made a new account. I've called it Norro's Road, and I've made a couple of teams just to try and get me there. This is the first team. It's a bit of an odd team. It's got like I'd say it's about 70% defensive and then 30% extremely offensive, which is kind of a good balance in a way because defensive teams tend to do pretty well against offensive teams, but then you need some extremely hard hitters in order to break through things like stall teams, which is why I have Lucario here. But also I have Swords Dance Passing Celebi, which works well with Lucario and Hawlucha, just because a lot of the things that will switch into Celebi, like for example Bisharp, I can pass into Lucario pretty easily, and if he uses knockoff or something, for example, or if a Tyranitar comes out and tries to use Pursuit, I can Baton Pass straight into Lucario, get the Justified boost along with the Swords Dance boost that I've passed over from Celebi, and potentially sweep someone's team. So I think that sounds pretty good to me. Don't know how well it will work in practice. It should work fairly well. I've tested it out a little bit and it was okay. So here we go. We got our first battle. It looks like it's some kind of weird monograss team. How to deal with this, I'm not sure. I'm going to lead off with Heatran, assuming that he's going to be leading with the Leavanny. No, he actually goes for the Sceptile, okay. These things often have hidden power fire, don't they? So it's a little bit risky. Does he have hazard removal? He doesn't have hazard removal, so I'm going to set Stealth Rock. He might use Focus Blast. No, he's got Drain Punch. Okay, I could potentially stay in here and try and get a burn. But... he might not have a way of dealing with Hawlucha, so I'm going to go straight to Hawlucha. This is a very weird Hawlucha set, it's kind of one that I just made up. But it's quite cool because what it does is, after one bulk up, if it's got full health and someone switches into a Talonflame, it'll actually survive the Talonflame's Brave Bird and one-hit KO it in return after using Rest so that it can use up its Chesto Berry. It can survive one Brave Bird and KO back with Acrobatics, which is very strange, but it does work. Grass Whistle. Okay, that's not a good move, and also I don't mind him using it because I have a Chesto Berry, so I'm just going to take this opportunity to keep bulking up. Yeah, this could be the end of the game. This could actually be it. Like, I'm just going to wait till I fall asleep, wake up with the Citrus Berry, get the Unburden boost. I'm at +3 attack. I've got Acrobatics, which is going to be super effective against his entire team. So unless he has Focus Sash on some... Actually, even if he has Focus Sash, I've got the Stealth Rock up, so that won't save him. Yeah, that's going to be the first game. It's pretty much just click Acrobatics and win at this point. So that's a good start. That's a promising start. Look at him go. It's actually the first time I've actually seen this set work nicely. I mean, this is the first battle, and the bottom of the ladder does tend to be a little bit easier going in general. Although, the thing about the bottom of the ladder is some people say the bottom of the ladder is extremely easy. That's not necessarily true, because sometimes you just encounter such weird teams that you don't know how to deal with them, and they completely throw you off, and you can get a lot of unexpected losses. Unless you have like a really solidly built defensive team or something. Anyway, that's the first battle down. Let's see how many points we got for that. We're up to 1045. He leaves straight away. His username is Killer Weeds, which is quite funny considering the monograss team. Okay, now here's a slightly more standard looking team, but still quite weird. It's mostly UU, but then it has Talonflame. I would expect possibly a Fortress lead. It's the obvious thing to go for, so I'm going to go with the Heatran lead. Yeah, he does go to Fortress. Hopefully I can get the burn with Lava Plume, and it will go down in one turn. I won't have to worry about Sturdy. Let's get the burn, perfect. Unfortunately though, that means that he has hazards up and I don't. I do have a defog on Scizor that I can use at some point, but he does have the advantage of, if he can force me to keep switching, I'll be worn down and he won't. Goes out to the Crocodile. That could actually be a chance for me to get my defog off, which is brilliant timing. Yeah, this thing is fairly bulky. I think it's... yeah, that's absolutely fine. Should I go for the Roost or should I go for the Defog? He could go straight into Talonflame here, and I think I just want to get rid of the rocks, so I'm going to go for the Defog initially. He's still going for the Aqua Tail. Okay, so I should be able to Roost absolutely fine. If he wants to stay in, then I can go for U-turn and do a big chunk to him. I expect him to be switching to Talonflame pretty soon, though. No, he's got Brick Break as well. Okay. Alright, he's probably going to use it one more time, so I'm just going to get one more Roost off, and then I'm going to be using U-turn. If you are using Crocodile, well, I wouldn't recommend using the move Brick Break in general, really, but holy shit, we got a crit. Okay. Rocky Helmet, that's a good item, actually. Knockoff is pretty much better than Crunch in the vast majority of scenarios, so I'd recommend using that over anything else. I'm going to go with... which Pokemon does have a nice lead against pretty much everything here? I don't want to go to Heatran, because that's just going to give him an excuse to bring out the Heracross, which is kind of scary. I think I'm going to go with Rotom. Rotom has a decent matchup against everything, maybe not Mew, but I can switch over to Heatran, and Heatran does fairly well against Mew. I remember from the times I've used Mew myself, every time a Heatran switches into my Mew, it always really irritates me. Even if I'm preparing for it, like I've literally run like Earthquake Mew before just because people do tend to... oh, this is, this makes sense actually. I guess he has Guts, so I can't burn him. Okay, how should I deal with this? I don't want to risk the miss, so I'm just going to go for a safe Volt Switch. He Mega Revolves, goes for the Earthquake, strangely. Okay, I might be able to just go for the Acrobatics and finish him off from this range. Yeah, that should be fine. I'm not sure if I'm faster. This thing has a really weird EV spread in order to survive the Talonflame Brave Bird. So it's got like no speed EVs. It's got a bit of attack, so that I think it's so that it can KO Thundurus after Stealth Rock at +1 or something like that. Yeah, it is faster though, so that's fine. Goes out to the Mew. I might actually start setting up, because I don't mind... yeah, that was a massive delay. I don't mind getting burned. Okay, he's got Ancient Power. If he was one of those Will-O-Wisp Mews, I wouldn't mind getting burned in this scenario, unless he has Taunt, in which case he could cause me a lot of problems, but I'm guessing he doesn't. It would have been fine because I could just rest off the burn and then go for a powerful hit. Yeah, it looks like he's not got any particularly scary moves. I'm surprised he doesn't have Psychic or something. I need to be a little bit cautious about that, because he could KO me from this range. No, okay, it's some kind of weird set. Like, so hopefully we'll survive this next move and get the rest off. Perfect. I might actually keep boosting. No, I'm just gonna attack. Like, no point getting cocky. Perfect, and everything else should die. The Talonflame won't even do too much damage, so I'm not too worried about any of this. He goes to Florges anyway. That should go down in one hit pretty easily. And then we'll finish off the game. Again, Hawlucha just coming through, just killing everything. That does so little. Good game. Things are going to get progressively harder, obviously that's true, but it can't stay this easy for long. Okay, this is looking like some kind of strange stall team with a Murkrow. A Murkrow, I actually like Murkrow in OU. It has some really good moves. It's got Prankster, it's got Thunder Wave, it's got Foul Play. I think it has Defog. It's got Toxic, obviously, it's got Taunt, it's got Roost. I actually quite like it. So I'm not going to underestimate this team at all. I'm assuming the Azumarill, it could just be a hard hitter, or it could be like a weird stally Sap Sipper set. The key to this match, I think, is going to be Lucario, but the difficult thing is going to be bringing it in safely. Celebi might be able to pass to it, but the Amoonguss can just come into Celebi and do really well against it. I'm going to lead off with the Heatran. He goes for the Murkrow, that's fine. I think this is a pretty good matchup for me. I'm not sure whether I should just go straight for the attack or set up the Stealth Rock. I'm going to try setting up Stealth Rock. Yeah, he goes straight for the Thunder Wave. It's not such a problem. Let's try and burn him. Or burn whatever does come in. He doesn't have any hazard... Actually, he might do, yeah. Altaria might have hazard removal, so... Can't be sure of that just yet. Goes for the Alomomola. This thing has, like, no offensive presence, so I think I might just stay in and try and get the burn. And then potentially start using Roar. Let's just see what it does first. Okay, looks like he's going to be Wish passing. That's fine, I'm going to keep using Lava Plume just to try and get a burn. That's going to do almost nothing. I think it's worth it just for the status. If he doesn't turn out to have a Heal Bell, then getting a burn will definitely pay off, because this could potentially be a long game. Just trying to slowly push my way through, and I think the status could help with that, especially against the Alomomola, because that's obviously one of the things that could stop my physical sweepers. What's going to stop Hawlucha? Potentially being roared out by the Hippowdon could be a problem. I'm going to use Roar myself, and that looks like good timing because the Hippowdon does come out. I could have potentially got a burn on that, which would have also been pretty useful. I'm assuming this thing's going to switch out, so I'm just going to use Roar again. It probably should go back to Alomomola here, so I'm just going to use Roar again. Now he goes back out to the Hippowdon. Let's hope we don't get fully paralyzed. We don't. Nice, we're getting some nice damage off on this thing. I assume he might want to roost pretty soon, so I'm going to use Lava Plume this time. Hopefully get another burn. He goes back out to the Hippowdon. If we get a burn, this would be amazing. We don't. That does a hell of a lot of damage though, so it's clearly physically defensive. I'm going to go out to the Rotom for now. I assume that the Moongus is what's going to come out. And I'm not sure whether to directly pass here. I think I prefer just to get the burn off on something though, which will probably be the... Oh, he stays in. Okay. I don't think that was worth it. I'm gonna go for the Hydro Pump. I don't think he'll be staying in. No, he forfeits. Okay, that's actually a relief. I didn't really want to risk trying to push through that game. Could have been ages, and yeah, it's kind of difficult to guarantee a win on a game like that. Okay, Carbon Fire. This guy's team is almost like a mix of every tier. I think Torkoal's like PU, and then Seviper is like NU, and I think the rest are UU actually. No, Jirachi's OU now. I forget about that. Like, I literally don't actually play OU that much. I haven't been playing it much at all for quite a long time, so... Like, the time that I'm actually familiar with was when Aegislash was still around, so like, Jirachi was kind of crap back then, but now it's actually good. What should I lead with? Heatran might actually not be the best matchup here, because I don't think it can beat... I'm not sure it can beat Torkoal. It looks like... Oh, he actually just forfeits, okay. Just wait long enough, and the people just forfeit. That is another thing that can happen. This is our first really OU looking team. I'm not sure what to make of this. Volcanion, I don't have many switch-ins to that actually at all. I don't think I ever really considered that when making this team. What's he gonna lead with? I'd say probably Landorus. In which case, Rotom's probably the best guess, although he could also lead with the Raikou. And I don't have much that wants to switch in on that, I guess. I guess I'll go with Scizor and use U-turn. That actually turns out to be perfect. Let's use the U-turn, grab some momentum. I assume we'll go to Landorus. Although if I was Swords Dance, then that wouldn't be a great switch in. I'd probably go to Volcanion, I guess. And that could be a problem because I don't have much to switch in on that. A Rotom would be fine initially. I have to hope that he stays in, but there's really no reason for him to stay in here. Should probably switch. Although there's not really anything that really wants to switch into this. I could go for the Will-O-Wisp here just to try and get the Latias, but it's not really going to be a problem anyway, because if he does go out to that, I can just keep using U-turn, keep getting the momentum back. Yeah, he does do that. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's absolutely fine. I can just keep repeating this process. He's going to be forced to do something a little bit unconventional eventually. You can't really go to Landorus because I can just go straight back out to Rotom. Yeah, hopefully I can just keep using this momentum. I think that's going to be the best way for me to try and edge this game in my favour a little bit. Just put the timer on because I don't know how long it's going to take him. He's probably thinking like, okay, how am I going to avoid this cycle of getting hit by Volt Switch and U-turn? Because it's going to wear him down, and it's not going to wear me down at all. Except in terms of PP, which is just not going to be a problem, because Volt Switch and U-turn both have probably slightly too much to PP, if anything. You can just keep using them, and that's often a pretty good way to actually win a game. He might be planning to use Stealth Rock here. That would make sense. Just to make it so that not all the momentum is against him. He's got leftovers. I'm assuming this is a defensive variant. I'm gonna use Will-O-Wisp because he doesn't have much that wants to really get burned. Let's hope we hit. Yeah, we get the hit. No leftovers recovery, so I'm assuming this is going to be Assault Vest or possibly Specs, actually. I'm assuming he's just going to Volt Switch here, so I'm going to go to Celebi for now. I think that's more like Assault Vest damage. I don't think I'm specially defensive. I'm just going to check. No, I'm like very slightly specially defensive, but I'm pretty sure that's just Assault Vest. Goes out to the Scizor, I'm not sure what it's pronounced like. This could use U-turn here, so I'm gonna go to Heatran. Oh shit. Okay. Good play. Next time that happens, I'm gonna use Baton Pass, go into Lucario, get the justified boost. But for now, let's set up the Stealth Rock. Okay, now he probably will go for Stealth Rock himself here. I don't know what to do. Can Hawlucha win? Maybe, but I'm gonna have to wait till later on to actually try that, I think. I'm not too worried about getting Stealth Rock, like Stealth Rock being put up against me. He actually goes for the knockoff. I think I'd rather just have Rotom out, because Rotom can keep me getting momentum against him. Is he going to switch again? I'm just going to use Will-O-Wisp again, I think. It's not like he can go out to Volcanion. If he goes out to Raikou, he's still going to be losing core of his health this turn from the Stealth Rock and the burn. So yeah, there's not really anything that wants to come in on this. Latias will get burned as well. Goes for the U-turn, so that confirms he does have U-turn, so we definitely don't want to be leaving Celebi in on anything. I don't actually know at this point. No, he does actually go into the Volcanion, that's interesting. Because it doesn't want to stay in for when I use Volt Switch. I'm hoping it's not Assault Vest. Actually, it depends if he stays in or not. He doesn't really want to be switching out now because unless he removes these hazards, he's gonna be really weak next time he comes in. Yeah, so this is good for me, I think. I don't really mind him making that prediction. Obviously, I don't really have anything to actually switch into this, but it might be okay. I'll probably use Steam Eruption. No, he goes back out into Raikou. Okay. Okay, so now I need to think. Celebi is not healthy enough. Heatran is probably my best option. He'll go out into... I guess he'll go out into Landorus. And I could try and get the burn on that. I think I'm just going to go for a safe Roar though. Hopefully bring the Volcanion back out just so it gets a little bit more weakened. Actually, I don't really mind what comes out as long as it takes a nice amount of damage. Potentially Scizor could be a good thing to come in. But if it's Choice Band, which I think it might be, he goes out to Latias. I guess he's trying to remove the hazards. Straight back out into Raikou, that's perfect. This time I'm assuming he might try and stay in or something, or just... I don't know, I'm just going to go for the Lava Plume. Yeah, he does stay in. And this should be out of the game now. That's fine, but that's not really what the biggest threat is to my Hawlucha. I think the biggest threat to my Hawlucha is probably the Gardevoir. Although Latias could also be a problem if it has normal Psychic instead of Psyshock. And I also need to try and find a way to actually set up for a turn, which could be also quite difficult. I'd probably go to Volcanion here if I were him. But like Heatran is slightly faster naturally, so He might be like worried about that. He might not have speed investment, so he might think that I'm going to go for the Earth Power, but I don't have that. I do have Stone Edge. Okay, he goes to Landorus, that makes sense. I just go back out to Rotom, I think. He goes for another knockoff, that's fine. And again, the rocks are still up, so I can just go for Will-O-Wisp once again. He doesn't really have anything that wants to come in. Yeah, I'm actually getting chipped down pretty badly, to be fair. Maybe I should have gone for Plane Split. But this thing's gonna get burned, hopefully. Yes, it does. So that's gonna die at some point. I can just go straight back out to probably Scizor, I guess, because he can start roosting up against Heatran, but he can't against Scizor. I'm guessing he's gonna go for the Defog here. No, he doesn't. He goes for Psyshock. So he's confirmed that he's got Psyshock. He's also got Life Orb, actually, so that's quite a big threat. I'm gonna go. I could go for Bullet Punch, because he doesn't really want to be bringing in Volcanion anyway. And I guess Hawlucha can probably survive one hit from Volcanion, and then go for the rest, I guess. It's a bit awkward though. I'm gonna go for the Bullet Punch just to take this out. Perfect. I'm guessing he'll go to Volcanion here, like nothing else. Gets a particularly good matchup against this. He doesn't know what set I am, like his Scizor would probably actually beat mine, potentially. If it has superpower, he does go out to the Volcanion. I need to decide what to bring in here. I could sack Celebi. Could sack Rotom. I don't think Celebi is going to be able to do anything this game. I think everything on his team can beat it one-on-one and outspeed it, so I'm going to have to sack Celebi, I think. Yeah, okay. I guess Lucario can come in and just click close combat. But then he'll go out to Landorus, which is just going to take the hit fine. I don't really have anything that really wants to come in on that. I could try and go for the Hawlucha sweep. I think it's I'd rather save that for later on though. I could try and use Volt Switch. But then if he does turn out to be faster, that's going to be really annoying. So I'm just gonna play it safe, go for the close combat, and probably just go back into Scizor to take whatever the Landorus wants to go for. I might go for knockoff again to try and catch out Rotom, which is fine. If he goes for that against Scizor, obviously I'm just gonna take the hit and it won't be a problem. He might even sack here if he doesn't see this thing being helpful. If it comes into the... Yeah, he does actually sack, so that's fine. It's probably Mega Gardevoir that I'm now most worried about, because it's going to get in the way of any potential Hawlucha sweep. Yeah, I'm going to have to go to Scizor here, just to be safe. He goes for the Stealth Rock, he does have that then. I'm actually going to... I'm not sure whether to remove that or not. It's going to be annoying for my Rotom actually, so I'm going to remove it. Yeah, I mean, that's not a problem. I'll actually beat this guy one-on-one, I think. It would take ages, because I'd have to do it with Bullet Punch, but it would happen. I think his only option here is probably to go to Scizor. Yeah, because this thing's not going to kill me. Yeah, he goes into his own Scizor. I need to figure out what I want to switch in here. He could be going for like superpower or something. But if he does do that, and if he turns out to be choice banded, which I think he might be, then Hawlucha can start setting up. Oh, but then if he goes to Gardevoir straight away, then I won't have the Unburden boost. But then again, he's probably more likely to go to Landorus because he doesn't know about my weird set that depends on. That's actually really slow, slower than a Gardevoir, and I might actually be faster anyway because he's not Mega Evolved, obviously. For now, I'm just gonna play it safe. Go to Heatran. Yeah, he does have the superpower. Okay, I'm guessing that's choice band. I'm gonna actually have a little look. Let's go into Team Builder. Let's make a new team, just like a test team. Let's go with Gardevoir. Let's assume he's Timid Nature, max speed. Timid, max speed, 284 is what we're aiming for. Hawlucha is naturally 272, fuck. Maybe I should have made it slightly faster. Yeah, that's not going to be fast enough, fuck, okay. Yeah, so there's a risk that he'll go straight into the Gardevoir here. I could try setting up a Sword Stance and then... Because he's going to want to switch out this turn. I need to try and bait him to go to the Landorus instead of the Gardevoir. I'm not sure I can do that. Actually, if I lure in his Gardevoir, if the Gardevoir does come in, I can sack Lucario, bring out Scizor, and get off a Bullet Punch, so I think it should still be okay. We'll see. We'll soon find out. It's okay if we lose the game. I don't think we will. I think we'll win, but it's okay. I'm pretty sure this is banded. Yeah, he does switch out. He goes to Landorus, which is perfect. This thing does not actually do particularly well against this Pokemon. He has Knockoff, which could... Does Unburden still activate if they use Knockoff? I don't actually know. Speed is doubled on held item loss. That implies that it'll still... Yeah, that implies it will still be fine, so... Oh shit, he's gonna bring in the Gardevoir. And I haven't got my acrobatics boost. Fuck. I'm still gonna have to sack. Yeah, goodbye Lucario. Oh, he goes for the taunt. Okay. He's still faster than me right now though, so I'm gonna go for the extreme speed just to get some damage off. Perfect, so he's now definitely in range of Bullet Punch. He goes for the Focus Blast. And Scizor can pretty much win the game now, I think. I'm just gonna bait him to go back out to his own Scizor, but that won't be able to kill me. Yeah, it can use Superpower, but that's not really gonna kill me. I could sack. He actually goes straight for the Superpower, so I can now rest and finish him off with the Acrobatics if that's what I need to do. Yeah, perfect. He goes back out to Landorus, which wasn't what I expected. I thought he'd go to Gardevoir. Yeah, we should be fine. This thing can't really damage me at all. Yeah, this is gonna be game, I think. I mean, Scizor can probably stop the sweep, but then my own Scizor will win the game. Yeah, he goes for the U-turn. He's going to probably go to Gardevoir, but I'm going to be able to finish that off from this range, I'm pretty sure. In fact, I'm 100% sure. This will be fine. Yeah. Okay. He goes back out to Landorus, which is interesting. I figured he'd probably go to Scizor there, because I'm just gonna keep getting the defensive boosts. This thing's not really gonna be able to damage me. Goes for the knockoff. It's just, yeah, it's too late. It's too late. I don't think he can save himself now. Yeah. Good game. This Hawlucha is doing amazingly today. Like, it's doing perfect. It's not even had to do its Talonflame lure yet. It's just taken the game. I don't think we can take him out from this range. I'm just going to keep boosting up, so that we can take out the Scizor in one shot as well. Because that thing could do a lot of damage with the Choice Band Bullet Punch. But obviously it wouldn't win the game with it. Yeah, we're fine. Not sure what the delay is. I think he might... He's trying to like play the end of the game in an optimum way, but I don't think there's any way at this point. Yeah, okay, so this should be strong enough now, I think. No, it's still not strong enough. That's fine, it's not really an aggressive set, and this is a defensive Landorus, so I'm not too surprised by that. Yes, just about. Alright, and here we go. Cool. That's the end of that. I need to register this account so that I don't lose all the rating that we've got so far, but I think I'm going to end it there. I don't know what how many games that was. I'm going to check. Yeah, 5 games, 5 wins. I'm pretty pleased with that. I think we'll end it there for now. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope you'll join me next time when we'll be pushing beyond 1,151 and aiming for the 1,500 mark. Might be using a different team as well. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you next time.